Welcome to the season finale of Disney Fighting Evolution. And yes, I decided to cap this set of arcs off in one season because it's easier. I'm AJ, and I will be discussing the first Descendants battle arc. This arc starts immediately after the Confessions arc, and unfortunately, or thankfully however you see it as, this video will not be as long as that one. Continuing off from February of 2015, the hidden secret of Grimhilda having a family was revealed, and there was some concerns regarding that. Primarily, if she would leave Neo Disney and side with original Disney. But in March, she decided it would be best to leave Neo Disney and stay with her son, even finding Barbara's data in the digital world and digitizing it into the physical world. The Tachibana family has reunited after 25 years. Meanwhile, you're probably wondering why DJ hasn't done anything since 2014. That's because she was busy raising a family of 3 children by herself in San Francisco. Fuller House wouldn't be picked up for another year. That's the information that Mickey picked up in the Confessions arc and realized that he should defeat Neo Disney before DJ would have more time on her hands to help out Neo Disney. Another major change was with Jennifer, dying in February of 2015 and returning to Earth reformed just a few months later, though staying in her human form, reserving her She-Hulk form for extreme emergencies. But all of these actions led to Neo Disney's next big plan. In early 2015, they were focused on creating remakes of classic Disney films. Now Maleficent was looking ahead into the future. She decided to create clone childs based off of the clones of the Division in the second quarter of the year, with the first being a clone child of herself, Maul, followed by a daughter for Clementiana, Grimhilda's first clone, named Evie, and Jasmine's clone having a son named Jay. Though there was some concerns with Grimhilda's second clone, Ravana, she did have an unpredictability when it came with her power, so her clone son, named Carlos, was believed to be the clone for an incomplete Cruella de Vil clone. Lastly, a son called Ben was created for the Belle clone because Neo Disney wanted more ninjas, I guess. A lot of their abilities were based off of their clone parents that they came from. Original Disney, especially Grimhilda, was aware of this mass production of clones, and she knew that these new clones would later have their own entertainment rights that Neo Disney would be airing on Disney Channel later that summer. Not only that, but Descendants would make a profit, having 2 sequels later on in the future. It would only be a matter of time before a massive brawl would break. Just to make a side note, 2015 was a busy year for Shareverse, and for me as a whole, to be honest. There were a lot of storylines I came up with in that year. I even made my first major revision for Shareverse in the summer of that year. But this arc in particular was placed in between 2 other storylines, so to avoid confusion, I'll talk about this battle to the best of my ability. Neo Disney announced that they would attack Original Disney at the end of July that year to coincide with the release of Descendants. Mickey knew this battle would be grand, so he ordered everyone he could to attack Neo Disney at Magic Kingdom. During it, Shoutmon fought Mal, and similarly, their mothers fought one another. Anna discovers that the Cinderella clone was the one that executed Elsa in February, and she went on a full-on rage, dismantling the cyborg to the best of her ability. Grimhilda, on the other hand, after leaving a company she co-founded nearly 8 years ago, everybody had their sights on her. Maleficent felt the most betrayed. Someone she knew for half a century went behind her back. She dislocated her left arm and sliced Grimhilda's neck, leaving her to bleed to death. However, during her final moments, she noticed something. Excalibur, the sword in the stone. She walked up to it, and out of sheer desperation, she tried to pull it in vain, completely destroying all nerves and muscle tissue in her right arm, begging to herself she needs to wield it in order to save the company, and more specifically, her family. By some magical BS that resides in Disney parks, yes, this is the same magical BS that was seen in Fox Kids Special, the sword granted her access and healed all her wounds. She ran to Maleficent, saying their fight was not over. In an instant, she defeated and killed all other clones in the area. Excalibur, wielded by Grimhilda, also allowed the sword to turn into a bow and arrow, so that's cool. Maleficent in her dragon form knew that she was a big target, so she created a hybrid form of her 2 selves. Knight Grimhilda and Demon Maleficent perfectly display the 2 halves of Disney, preserving and abandoning the past respectively to build a brighter future. These two friends have come a long way since their first meeting in the 1800s. But even with the new transformation and really bad trust issues, Maleficent could not withstand the power of family. With one light arrow, she was disintegrated. And original Disney was unanimously declared the winner. However, Neo Disney did retreat to their building to lick their wounds. When Maleficent was released from Hell's prison, she came back with a much more refined mindset. Again, other storylines occurred in late 2015, so the main focus of DFE was not really there. Things do pick up in 2016, however, but for now, I'm going to take a break from the storyline, mainly because I still have to revise and rethink some particular arcs later on. There has been a lot, from Mickey buying the entertainment rights to fairy tales, to a megacorporation creating an artificial monster that backfires, to a former employee claiming 50% control of the company, from the silent yet vocal majority claiming self-rule of the company, to the revelation of an internal bond between two sides of the war, culminating to the first major battle. Truly, it was an evolution of fighting in the Disney alignment. Okay, I'll see myself out. So that's the current revised storyline for Disney Fighting Evolution. I'm not sure what will be the next thing I'm going to talk about, but whatever it is, it will be interesting. Anyway, if you liked the video, consider liking and subscribing. With that, I'm AJ, and I'll see you all in the next one.